Sometimes I feel different. I walk around like everybody else. Hey, Karen.
Come on, Nate.
Ready to party? Yeah!
But inside, I just feel like I'm a stranger in my own life.
Hello?
Nathan, I've got something you need to see. I found this site that shows you what missing kids might look like today.
Better make sure you're looking closely.
Why would my picture end up on a missing persons website?
If this is for real, then who are those people living in your house?
Miss Harper,
Yes.
we have a couple questions about your son, Nathan.
Son, go now! Run!
Nathan Price is a high-valued asset.
He escaped an attack last night. We've got 36 hours to find this kid before they do.
Suddenly, everyone around me is dying.
We have got to get out of here, Nathan.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of your father's. Your real father.
I want the video feeds from every security camera. Track his friends.
What's my real name? What's my real name?
Track anyone they've ever spoken to.
Who are these people?
They can't be trusted.
Listen to me, Nathan. We're going to find you.
Not if I find you first.
Wow.
Whoever these people are, whatever they want, I have to stop them.
You have something that belongs to me. Now it's time to give it back.
What are you planning on doing, Nathan?
Trust me.
You want to play with no rules? You better be careful what you let out the box.
Quiet, or else someone else might get abducted.
Hi, this is Sam,
And this is Becca.
and you are listening
To a dog growl.
to BNS About Movies. This is a movie selected by one of our fans.
Yes.
We are going to watch Abduction, filmed in Pittsburgh, starring Taylor Lautner.
Lautner.
Oh, whatever.
Laudner.
Taylor Ward. Is he a werewolf in real life?
I would hope so.
This is made in 2011. It has Lily Collins in it, whoever she is. It's directed by John Singleton, who probably said, "My career
Is over.
Yes. It has Alfred Molina in it, who you may better know as Doc Ock from the second Spider-Man movie. But probably not.
I don't know that.
What else has Lily Collins been in? Wow, that's a great question. She's in The Blind Side.
She plays Collins. That's who Jana's baby's named after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she plays the sister.
She's in The Mortal Instruments. City of Boners.
What?
City of Bones. I'm sorry, I read it wrong. She's in Mirror Mirror with mother of the space baby, Julia Roberts. She was on 90210, the TV series. She was in Priest, which was partially directed by the guy who did my last TV commercial. She's in an untitled Warren Beatty project. Do you know Warren Beatty owns the rights to Dick Tracy and won't let anybody else do it?
I wouldn't let anyone else do it either.
So last year, in the middle of the night, he made a new 15-minute long Dick Tracy movie. It only aired on TNT at 3 in the morning after showing of Dick Tracy. And it's just Dick Tracy being interviewed in character about his life.
I love him.
By making that movie, he has the rights for another 10 years.
Oh, good.
It's crazy is what that is. Let's see. What else? Who else is in this?
Maria Bello from ER.
Oh.
And Coyote Ugly.
Oh. See full cast and crew. Maria Bello, yes. She's also in History of Violence. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
Oh. You've never seen that movie?
No.
Oh, man. It's It's really, really good. It's based on a comic.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Viggo Mortensen in it.
Yeah.
And he used to be a mob killer, and he decided to leave it all behind and move to this small town. And the mob accidentally shows up in his town and recognizes him.
Uh-oh.
So he has to kill all of them, like, horribly. And his wife's, like, turned off by all this. And then they have this, like, really violent sex scene on the steps. It's pretty great.
Oh, boy.
It's directed by the bad guy from Nightbreed, David Cronenberg. You may know him as a great actor. I know him as the evil doctor from Nightbreed. She's also in Payback.
She's in my movie that we gotta find, Duets.
Oh, I've heard
She
about that movie.
sings the Bonnie Raitt. You Can't Make Me Love You.
Jason Isaacs is
Or
in
I
it.
Can't Make You Love Me.
Jason Isaacs is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he, as we heard, one of our listeners was his double in this.
Which, unfortunately, Rob Brown does not look like him.
He kind of does if you squint a lot.
If you close your eyes, he
If
looks
you
exactly
both
like
eyes
him.
and you squirt lemon in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred Molina, again.
Yes.
Doc Ock. He is also
He's in a lot of things.
Raiders of the Lost
He's
Ark.
in one of my favorites, Hideaway,
Oh.
with Jeff Goldblum.
And Da Vinci Code.
And Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, Michael Nyquist. Michael Nyquist. He's in John Wick and Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. And all
He in
the...
that new show, Arrow?
Is he? No.
No.
He's in Mission Impossible, the one of the Mission Impossible movies that I'll never see.
Mm-hmm.
Emily Peachy plays a girl.
Sigourney Weaver.
That's right, Sigourney Weaver is in this.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like somebody we should know. Maybe she just put her picture up herself.
Right?
Don't you think?
I would.
Hold on. Trying to get her up. She was born in Dusseldorf, Germany. Yeah, she's in... Yeah, she plays, like, not a lot of roles you would know, but she put her own picture on Wikipedia. Sigourney Weaver plays Dr. Bennett let off some steam. And Denzel Whitaker, the son of Denzel Washington and Forrest Whitaker, plays Gilly. That's really not who he is. There's a lot of people in this movie. Dermot Mulroney's in it.
Yeah, I think he plays his...
He's uncredited, but he
What
plays...
does that mean?
He uncredited?
Yeah, why wouldn't he be credited?
He just was in it just to be in it.
Well,
There's a lot of people that played...
he had nothing else to do.
There's a lot of people from Pittsburgh that put their name in it. They're like, I played a Pirate fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, she...
Can you put your name in this?
Yeah, you put your name. If you have enough credits, I mean, she has a lot. Phil Narduzzi played the train passenger. He's uncredited. He's an actor known for the Dark Knight Rises, The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Because he's in all Pittsburgh movies.
And Warrior, yeah, he's in all Pittsburgh movies.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't Rob have it? Rob, where's your IMDb page? I know you've done some things. You're not in here, brah. Yeah, there's wow, they put on the full credits on IMDb. They're not
joke
kidding.
around.
You know, you think John Singleton was like, I made a lot of great movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted to work with Albert Molina.
Mm-hmm.
I made Boys in the Hood. I made Too Fast, Too Furious.
I love Four Brothers.
Four Brothers. This seems like a movie you would love.
That's everybody I love in it.
Let's get through John Singleton's movies and we'll see if you love them. Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Michael Jackson, Remember the Time.
No. The video?
Yes.
Yes.
Poetic Justice.
Yes.
Higher Learning.
Hell yes.
Don't even need to ask. Rosewood.
I don't know that one.
Shaft.
No.
Baby Boy.
Yes, that has Tyrese in it.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
Four Brothers.
Yeah.
Abduction.
Sure.
You haven't even seen it yet. He also directed.
I've seen this before.
He also directed the People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story.
Oh, other podcast.
He directed one of the episodes.
He gave us a reason to speak to the public.
Found a reason to see. I found a reason to be. All right. And the reason is John Singleton.
Sam's got a big month coming up ahead. Lots of stress.
Yeah?
Yeah, you.
Why would you tell the fans that?
Because the baby's just bursting into song. This podcast is an outlet. for my husband.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you. Would you like to know some things about the game?
The
Do
movie?
you want to read them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like asking my husband things.
Yeah.
Did you know
Okay.
that Taylor Lautner and Lily Collins met on the set and dated? They're obviously not together anymore.
I always think that everybody in movies dates.
Well, you have to. You spend all that time together, I guess.
Do you think, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this isn't about us,
Yeah.
if you were an actress
Yeah.
and you were loving up on dudes in movies,
Yeah.
wouldn't you kind of fall in love with them? Wouldn't you, like, because you're experiencing these emotions that you're doing in the movie?
It depends on who it is.
Now, let's say that you're dating an actor.
Yeah.
Like, let's say what actor would you like to date?
George Clooney.
Let's say you're dating George Clooney.
Yeah.
And his next movie, he has to do a makeout scene with Lily Taylor.
I'm sorry. He can make out with her if he wants.
Let's say he has to do a makeout scene with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Would you be cool with it?
When I was out shopping, spending millions of dollars on one particular
so
item,
it's
I think I would be able to not think about
So
it.
it's all about money.
Huh?
It's about money.
In his case, yes.
Oh.
Oh, I'm just gonna fly myself to France instead while you do that.
I don't want to make out with anybody else.
Well, good, because then I don't have to go to France.
I don't want you to go to France.
Okay, good.
I don't want you to make out with anyone else.
Thank you.
I don't want to make out with anyone else. 2, 3, I don't want you to go to France. 4, I don't want to go to Jamaica. 5,
5, I'm never going to Jamaica.
I don't want to.
What if I needed a lung transplant and that's where we had to go to get it?
Those people all need lung transplants.
They steal them from other people on the island, like black
Oh,
market.
come here, Beckerman.
They drug you and steal your organs.
I put the rib in the bonfire. Oh, put on the rib. Put on the bib. Put on the rib. Do you like my reggae song?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel like you're on the set of Cocktail?
If I close my eyes and...
Would you rather make out with Brian Brown or Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
That's surprising.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise with the white mask from
No.
Vanilla Sky.
No, Brian.
Or Candyman.
Candyman.
With flies.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
My husband isn't going to kill him anyways.
I'm going to play a new game called...
Would you rather?
No, it's like MFK.
What's that?
It's marry,
Oh.
kill. I'm going to pick 3 different people.
Yeah.
And we'll see who you would pick.
All right, do one.
Okay, George Clooney, Michael Caine, Kiefer Sutherland. And fans, if you have any for Becca, send them in because this is fun for me. I've been thinking about this every day in the shower.
Mary Kiefer Sutherland.
I wasn't thinking about you with other guys. I was thinking about this game. I was thinking about
Mary Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay.
F. George Clooney.
Yeah.
Kill Michael Caine.
No, Michael Caine. He thought you loved him.
I do, but
He'd be like, God blimey, Becca.
if that was the options.
Okay. Do you want me to put another one of these together for you?
Yeah.
Oh, let me think. I'm trying to think who are some of my baby's favorites.
You think I'll read the next
Okay,
trivia.
go for it.
The chase scene at PNC Park, which is our baseball stadium.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, we should set this up. We're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we live here.
And this movie was filmed. We were working at Smith Brothers, and this is filmed. And every day we could see Taylor Lautner's perfectly coiffed hair across the street running through the parking lot.
Really?
Yeah, because
Did he wave at you?
He went, "Hi, Sam."
Did he blow you a kiss?
We might have had a
You might have made out, so I get to go to France now.
No, I didn't make out with Taylor Lautner. He's too good looking for me. I like a little bit of rough trade.
You would. Yes, the PNC Park filming was filmed on August 22nd, 2010, during an actual game. The Pirates beat the Mets 2-1. John Singleton wanted to film a chase scene there, which was not in the script, with a small crew with Taylor Lautner doing his own stunts.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, handheld cameras, probably.
In the hospital scene where Nathan dials 911, he gives his address as 2009 Clearwater Drive. This is reference to the Twilight Saga, in which Taylor Lautner stars in. 2009 being the year that the Twilight Saga came out, New Moon was released in theaters, and Clearwater being the surname of characters Harry, Seth, and Leah who appear in the films. I do remember that.
You know what happened when they played this movie in Pittsburgh?
What?
Someone probably said, "They ain't nowhere here called that street."
Yeah.
Get down here. They ain't nowhere here called Clearwater Street. You live on Baum Boulevard. Now shut the fuck up, Taylor Lautner.
Hey, we live by Striking Distance Hill.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
When are we going to review Striking Distance?
Soon.
The films of Pittsburgh. Striking Distance.
I'm gonna write a whole
RoboCop,
book.
Flashdance.
I'm gonna write a small coffee table
Creep
book.
Show. Martin.
The screenplay for this film was featured in the 2010 Blacklist, a list of the most liked unmade scripts of the year. So it was before
Yeah, so they were.
they had decided that they liked it.
This is a great script, and then you see the movie and you go, huh.
When Nathan is taking Karen to the hospital, a fire truck is shown going the opposite way on the bridge, presumably headed towards the remains of Nathan's house. The camera then pans over a night shot of PNC Park, which alludes to a climatic confrontation between Nathan and Coslow at the PNC Park at the end of the film. John Singleton can be seen on board the train wearing a tan shirt sitting in a booth when Karen goes to get food for her and Nathan. He's also seen again when Nathan enters the same room. So there's just some cameos and stuff in here. Not too much excitingness.
I'm going to look at some goofs. What are the goofs? Who goofed? Someone actually sat and did quotes. Like, I found some.
Well, there's some Taylor Lautner fans.
Here's
out
the
there.
one quote. You ready?
Yeah.
Nathan screaming, "Woo hoo 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 woo! Yeah, baby, yeah, Gilly, get out here."
Oh, jeez. We're in for a treat.
Yeah. The character Nikola Kozlov in this, he has a tattoo across his chest that says "Vidimo Sigu Situji." The one letter spelled wrong.
Oh, good.
Nathan never wears a helmet while riding his motorcycle, even though PA law requires any person under 21 years of age or older to wear a helmet.
I thought we had a no helmet law.
We do now, but not for under 21.
Oh.
When Nathan is chatting with Marissa on the website Missing Children, he misspells disappeared. Protective headgear is...
He can't do everything right, okay?
Protective headgear must be worn by all high school wrestlers in Pennsylvania. Yet none of the wrestlers are wearing any.
Because you can't see their good
There's
hair
a bunch
then.
of... Exactly. You know, this is exactly...
These are the goofs.
These are people in Pittsburgh going,
Hey.
I told him. There's like a lot of...
This is all the Pennsylvania laws.
Yeah. As Nathan's on the ground after his foster father kicks him in the chest, you can see the chest guard under his t-shirt.
Oh.
This errors in geography. Nathan tells the 911 operator that he's at Vassar Brothers Hospital. This is a real hospital, but that there hospital is in Poughkeepsie. It ain't in Pittsburgh.
It ain't in Pittsburgh.
After the house explodes and Nathan's headed to the hospital, he's on a 7th Street bridge. He would have gone right past the hospital on the North Shore, less than a mile from PNC Park. Nobody except people.
Nobody cares.
People in Pittsburgh are like, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. This is wrong.
He said, take a shortcut on. What's he saying? Striking Distance.
Bigelow.
Take Bigelow, and then all of a sudden they're all the way across.
You know the Bigelow in McKeesport.
Yeah, you know the Bigelow that goes down the hill in McKeesport.
Take Bigelow.
All right, here's some more. I really think Rob.
And Polish Hill. The Polish Hill they're talking about looks nothing like our Polish Hill.
I really think Rob posted all of these, by the way. I think this is just his way of getting people to pay attention to him on... Get your own IMDb page, Rob. In the finale, you can see Taylor sitting next to the villain with a gun taped to the bottom of the chair as if he had planned it beforehand. In PNC Stadium, the seats flip up when not being used.
Oh, geez.
The Pirate Parrot wrote that one.
This shouldn't be Abduction trivia and goofs. This should be PNC Park goofs.
Listen to this one. In an early scene, Nathan and Karen are studying after school. She leaves to catch her uncle's phone call at home. Before she leaves, they decide to meet at her place in an hour. At the time she leaves, daylight can be seen outside. Then they reconvene and it's dark. Knowing that it never stays light out in Pennsylvania past 9 p.m., we can assume it's no longer than 10 p.m. In the same scene, this is like an SAT question. There's a cutout of a guy in New York who sees him
question.
and calls his boss. However, when the film cuts to London, it's daytime. Well, it's only 6 hours ahead of Pennsylvania. Technically, it should be 3 a.m.
Oh my God, get over it.
Here's another great one. Ready?
You know I'm not going to remember a single one of these.
Nathan's birth certificate reads State of Pennsylvania. Incorrect.
What?
Pennsylvania is a Commonwealth.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. As Nathan is running away from Nicole at PNC Park, Agent Burns states that he's above the visitor's box. However, they're sitting on a third base line, which is the Pirates' home team side. All of the Pennsylvania State Police cars are the wrong color. All actual cars are white.
They're not, I forget why, but they're not supposed to use the exact ones.
Yep.
It's like a rule.
The title for this film is in relation to the fact that Nathan was kidnapped as a child, until we learn he was intentionally placed by the CIA in foster care. This makes the title of the film senseless, as no one is ever kidnapped in this movie. Karen has to be hospitalized for an injury, so she can have stitches and a patch.
You know, we'll call it dropped off instead of abduction.
It's called foster care. It's called Daddy Daycare 3. Taylor Lautner takes over. In the hospital,
It's called Latchkey.
Nathan doesn't tell Karen who Dr. Bennett is, yet after action, next morning, Karen knows that Dr. Bennett is his therapist. Obviously, someone spent a lot of time with this movie.
It's probably upset someone a lot, and they had to let it out.
How upset do you think people were in the theater whenever they saw it?
I think they were disappointed, because I remember us being disappointed.
You saw it in the theater?
No, I saw it at my house.
With me?
I think so, yeah.
Which house did we see it in?
My, one by Emiliana's, by Excuses.
Oh, back in the day when we first started dating, whenever you told me to lose your number.
Shh. Yeah.
No, I don't want to lose your number.
I said go get abducted.
Sammy, don't lose my number. You know, this is, we talked about this on the other one. Mm-hmm. But I think it's fitting to tell you.
Yeah.
That they rushed this film because he had to work on the last 2 Twilight films.
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner's father produced it. The first film for their own production company, which is called Taylor Made. But they spelled it wrong. They don't spell it like Taylor, like T-A-Y. He even spells the name of his own company wrong.
Yeah.
That doesn't make no sense. Critical response, 4% approval. What's Taylor Lautner doing today before we go into watching the movie?
Not much.
He started, they really posted the most smoothed out picture of him. He looks like one of my clients. He was in Cheaper by the Dozen too. What's New? Scooby-Doo. Voice role. Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D. The late 2000s saw Taylor become a teen idol and sex symbol after extensively changing his physique to keep the role of Jacob Black and generating media attention for his looks. He was the highest...
He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's the highest paid teen actor of his time. They wanted to recast his role due to because of how much bigger he got, but he worked on getting in shape. He is the youngest celebrity host outside of Drew Barrymore to host Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Who does he date now?
I don't know. He hasn't.
You're supposed to find out.
I'm looking.
Personal life.
He was too busy to attend school. He's drug and alcohol free. He lives with his parents.
Yeah.
He owns a BMW 5.
Me too.
He was in the movie The Ridiculous Six.
I don't know what that is.
It was that movie with Adam Sandler.
Oh.
And he was in Grown Ups too. He played frat boy Andy.
Oh.
And he is also in the movie called Run the Tide, where he plays Raymond Hightower. This is a movie that no one will see. He has won Worst Actor. He was nominated. How about this? He was nominated in 2012 for Worst Actor in Twilight Saga, Eclipse, and Valentine's Day, and the Twilight Saga Part 1, Breaking Dawn.
The saga.
And Worst Supporting Actor for the Twilight Saga Part 2, and Worst Supporting Actor, Worst Screen Combo for Grown Ups Part 2. And Worst Screen Couple shared with Karen Stewart for the Golden Raspberry Awards. Kristen Stewart, yeah. And then Worst Ensemble that he won, Favorite Butt Kicker. And Favorite Teen Choice Award. Best Shirtless Performance at the MTV Movie Awards.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, he's something else.
Let's
This
see
was
that.
this was his one chance, I think.
And he lost it.
He was supposed to be in a movie based on Max Steel, the Mattel toy, and he was also in the Stretch Armstrong toy movie. He later filmed this movie was supposed to be a Bourne Identity-esque spy film. It was released to universally negative reviews, and his performance was highly criticized. So, I don't think has done. Oh, and there's his signature on his in his Wikipedia page.
You know what that noise was?
What was that noise, baby?
Me cracking my beer. Let's start this movie.
What movie? Let's talk about the beer we're drinking for this movie. Let's get some plugs.
We are drinking Hell or High Watermelon.
By 21st Amendment.
Yes. It's a wheat beer. It's a seasonal release.
Yeah, it only comes out in the summer.
It's wheat beer brewed with watermelon.
Yeah.
Yes, it is brewed and canned by 21st Amendment Brewery in San Francisco, California. It's a very beautiful can. It has Statue of Liberty on it, holding watermelon on a barge by the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, and look, there's a suicide jumper. No, that's not the wrong one.
One night, my
You
wife,
already told
I
this
know, but I'll
story.
tell it again. My wife got really drunk, and she kept playing a movie of suicide jumpers on the bridge.
Oh, here it is. Government warning. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during or wanting to watch suicide shows. No. They should not drink this while they're pregnant.
Yeah, of
because
course.
of risk of birth defects.
Yeah.
Did you know that consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause some health problems? I'm all in.
There's this lady that works with me,
Yeah.
and whenever you talk to her, this is what she does. Like, just tell me something, and I'll just answer you like she does.
Tell you or ask you?
Just keep talking. Just
We have a dog. This beer's real good. Yeah. Let's watch the movie. Who is that? Will you tell me after we start recording?
I'm probably gonna edit that out. But she goes, and Brian's like, I want to hear if I could make her like get orgasmic with you. So Brian will just say, oh, oh wow, ooh, and then Brian will start going, back to her, and then Jeff and I'll start it, and just the whole row will start going, These are the fucking psychological nightmare games that we have to play.
You all are silly.
Anyway, that's edited out of the podcast, please. Well, my wife, my dog, and I are in the bed. We're ready to watch. Ange, how do you feel about Taylor Lautner?
He says he thinks he's a wolf. He don't know nothing about
Yeah,
wolves.
do you hate the whitewashing? I mean, people are upset about white people playing Asians. This is a guy playing a dog, and he's not a dog.
He says, I don't like it.
He's a good-looking dog.
He says, Teen says, I have abs. He has no abs.
He got himself in shape.
Teen says, I'm one ab with 4 legs.
You're like a tube.
He's a tube of abs.
Have you ever seen Twilight, Ange?
He says, seen it? I live it.
Every time someone shuts the light out and I get lost in my mom's bedroom in the morning.
He says, where do you think I go at night?
This morning he went
He
to
goes,
the
I
bed.
go to my group of wolves.
My wife went out to smoke and she closed the door to her bedroom, leaving Ange in there, and he stood in the darkness just staring at nothing.
He gets lost. He doesn't have good eyes anymore.
He's getting old.
I know, he needs glasses.
Oh, what if? Him and his grandpa dressed in camo sitting on a couch.
We could get him some of them sports glasses.
Rec
the
specs.
ones with the
Rec
things
specs.
behind your head.
Oh, he would love that. He just snapped when he heard Rex Specs. He went, ah. Ah.
Here's a choice of food and drink to satisfy anyone and everyone. You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment. Something to please all tastes and age groups.
we're back. We watched The Abduction. What a fucking piece of shit.
Rob Brown, he was right.
Yeah, he was right. We learned a new trick from this movie, though.
We learned how to kiss like Taylor Lautner.
You take the corners of the girl's mouth and you kiss just that corner or the cheek, and you begin to make out with that corner of the mouth.
Not the whole mouth.
I'm going to do it right now to my wife while you listen. Are you ready? I'm not done. Hold on.
No, I think you're done.
Okay. So,
imagine you had a bit of food stuck in the corner of your mouth and someone sucked it off your face. That's what that feels like. It's wonderful.
This John Singleton. So there's one scene in here when they're at the...
This movie's not about black people whatsoever.
Well, there's a black kid in it.
Yeah, named Gilly.
Gilly.
I never heard of a single black person named Gilly in my life.
Her name is Gilly and she's at it again, causing lots of ruckus like a barnyard hen. She's always bringing trouble, her hair is like a bubble. Knock, knock, who's there? It's Gilly.
Sorry.
So Gilly, there's one scene where
Maybe he's the mastermind.
They're at the Pennsylvania hotel.
Don't know.
And Gilly's talking to them. And it's a really awkward scene the way they're talking. Because none of Gilly's dialogue is on camera. In fact, there's a scene where they digitally split the frame so they could cut him out. So they could voice him over off screen. To ADR him. And he's obviously not in the shot. And it's like there's a lot of rules of editing of how you cut across the bias and how you edit from one scene to another so it appears natural. This whole sequence doesn't follow any of these, which says to me, they shot this like 10 times and none of the reads were good. And they're like, we'll just fix it in editing. And that's how you fix it. By making it seem insanely not good. This really was one of the worst movies I've watched in quite some time.
However, it was one of those ones that was so bad you had to keep watching to see if it would get any worse or any better.
The tenseness of a Russian super spy sitting
in Pittsburgh,
sitting at a Pirates game with a kid with a gun under his seat. I like that there were metal detectors everywhere, but he just somehow got into...
he got on a train with a gun. He got into PNC Park with a gun.
Dermot Mulroney was in it, uncredited. At the end, as his dad.
You only see his mouth.
Was that enough for you?
Yes.
Do you think he kisses like that too?
I hope so. Like father, like son.
There's one of the most awkward makeout scenes ever in this movie where I think girls that went, who were primarily the audience for this, did not want to see him kiss a girl for too long because they would get upset. So they did just enough. And they're really starting to get hot and heavy while he's kissing the corner of her mouth. She goes, I want some food. And then the next scene
I've
follows.
done that to you before.
It's like, so when we did our last commercial, we had a lot of actors that were in their first commercial trying out. And you can always tell when an actor's in their first commercial because they tell you what they're doing as they do it. So we're like, so in this scene, you're carrying a pizza and all of a sudden a dog trips you and you throw the pizza at the wall. So the people that were really good actors would just pantomime it and do it. You're like, wow, like I almost imagined the dog was there. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what you do. And you pick based on the look that you want and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The ones that had never been trained for it, there was one girl, she was from Second City in Chicago. She had done all this improv. This was her first commercial she had tried out for. She's like, she was like the girls from Disney, the Disney actresses from Saturday Night Live. She said, I'm coming into the house and I have a pizza. The pizza smells wonderful. Oh no, look out, Rusty. Oh my gosh, the pizza's on the wall. And like, but her actions were, she just moved her head and she went, oh. She had like no physical action.
It's all about the voice.
And I'm like, well, they're never going to hear your voice. So can we try to get in? The lady that was in charge of the casting lady, who ironically was from McKeesport, she's like, let me show you how to do it. And she's like, you come in the room, you're like, the pizza. She was like so over the top. Like, please, nobody be this over the top.
We want in the middle.
I said, we want people to pay attention to the pizza. Not Keystone Cops.
Yeah, that's horrible acting.
Anyway, the scene where the girl is on the train getting the food, she did that horrible acting where she was like, I wonder what kind of food he likes. I think he'll like this. Oh, he'll like that. I should get some more. Can't forget the drinks. It's like, we can tell that you were getting food for Taylor Lautner.
It was a child camp for actors.
Oh, I was like, I hope the Russian spies don't get us. Are we going to live through this? And then, so the big crux of the seeing this is he had this crush on her forever, right? In the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Could never talk to her. Got in a staring fight with her boyfriend. And she had that giant picture of her boyfriend on the ceiling above her bed that she tore in half, that like big, huge poster of him. And it was kind of established that for years he had wanted to ask this girl out and never could.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, we find out that they went to a boathouse while their parents went canoeing when they were in 8th grade. And they did something with a little man in the boat. And there was some stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, when you came back from the boathouse in the first day of school, why didn't you ask me out? And he just was like, no answer. Taylor Lautner making faces at the screen.
He was. And then you know what's funny is they're all the same face.
He is not real. He was created by someone wearing a suit with balls all over it.
With a head and legs.
He has giant eyebrows.
And so does she.
And tiny. Well, I think Peter Gallagher was her dad.
I think they drew them on.
And I think that he only has a couple expressions. There's one scene. There's one scene where he's walking through that apartment, and he's doing handwork, the likes of which you've never seen. His hands are all over the place. Where he's like up, down, around.
I have to touch this. I have to do this.
He is like an OCD person.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be an OCD guy that would go to our church,
mm-hmm.
and he would touch every pew on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Then he'd have to go up in the altar, which you're usually not allowed, and touch everything on the altar, and then come back and touch everything the whole way back. Not the craziest person that went to our church.
No.
We had a guy that went to our church that had, what do you call it when you swear and you can't control it? Are you sleeping?
No.
What are you doing?
Closing my eyes.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
I was being abducted.
What do you call it whenever you swear and you can't control it?
Tourette's.
Yeah, he had Tourette's.
Yeah.
I'd edit this now so people lose my wife falling asleep.
It is trying that too.
There was a guy in our church also that had Tourette's.
Oh, yeah.
And he would walk up the aisle and be like, Jesus, motherfucker, Joseph, fucking virgin, fucking virgin, fucking. No, and I would always be in line behind him and giggling like idiots.
Because he loved him.
Oh, we loved him. There was another guy that used to make metal sculptures and leave them in the church in Newcastle, just like would make crazy bugs and stuff and just leave them all over.
Did you take one?
I didn't want to touch it. It was weird. It was like some alien leaving things
he is.
in the church.
It's Deadits from Dreamcatcher.
I don't know what it was. What is it from Dreamcatcher?
Deadits. The alien kid.
So what would you give this movie?
A C for... Come on!
I'd give this movie a D.
A D for... Don't make another one.
You know when you're in a bad movie, look at the credits.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe these are in order of when you come into the movie. Mm-hmm. Taylor Lautner is listed at like number 8 in the credits. He's way down in the credits.
Because they wanted him to have a big entrance.
I mean, there's some really good actors in this movie.
I know.
Alfred
just had nothing to do this summer, maybe.
Alfred Molina's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he wanted to come to Pittsburgh.
Hey, everyone likes the Pirates.
What places in town do you think Taylor Lautner went to with his dad?
With his who?
With his dad, because his dad produced it. So I'm sure like he wasn't allowed to leave. He's like, we're going to take Taylor to the Children's Museum. And we're going to take him to the
Science Center.
He's going to go to the Science Center and play around on the sub.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to take him to Clavon's.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor's going to have a root beer float. And then...
Clada.
And Saturday morning, we're going to go to Clada.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Strip District, where Taylor will be given a bag of grain to eat.
They've done all the Pittsburgh stuff, I'm
They
sure.
did all the... Like, we have to get...
Road and Incline.
Taylor's like, I want to go back to Primanti's. Like, no. No more...
One Primanti's.
No more Primanti's for you. Do you think he went to Gooski's?
No.
As most actors do. What's her name did 1,000,000 times when she was here.
I think they would have eaten her.
The girl from Kids. Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah.
She was at, like, there all the time, and then she...
What did she film here?
She filmed some series here.
Wow.
And then, like, she was sleeping with, like, a whole bunch of married dudes when she was here.
From Pittsburgh.
Yeah. That was the rumor.
How do you know this?
Because like dudes that would go there would be like, oh, Close Veggie's always up here just taking home married dudes. It's weird. I don't make
My baby's more of a gossip, the rumor mill than me.
Doug Bradley.
My baby's the woman in our relationship.
No, I don't think so.
You are. You're the talk. You know the talk of the town. You know.
Years ago.
The beauty salons. You might as well.
No, someone at Gooski said she's up here banging a lot of married dudes.
Mm.
I said, well, I saw her in the Brown Bunny, and I don't need none of that.
Other than my husband, married dudes that go to Gooski's probably aren't very good married dudes.
You don't think?
No.
You don't think that? How much? If you ever meet Rob in person, are you gonna yell at him about making us watch this movie?
Maybe I didn't watch this with you.
Who did you watch it with?
This was before you, I think.
No, this came out in 2011.
Well, then I watched it with you.
I don't know. I think we watched it on HBO.
I think we watched it and didn't finish it all the way and fell asleep like we just did.
I think we probably watched it at your house, and then I woke up at like 3 and I had no idea where I was, and I said, "Oh, I gotta go."
Because I mean, I have seen it before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a good sleeping movie.
I know.
We paid $250 for this movie.
It was worth every penny.
At the Exchange.
All 250 of them.
On West Liberty Avenue. Several exchanges. It's the 40th anniversary.
Shout out to Dormont.
It's the 40th anniversary of the Exchange.
Yeah.
And they gave us a sticker for it.
They make us happy.
Yeah. And we've been to the ones in Pittsburgh and in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. If you love a Pittsburgh movie, go to the Cleveland store. You can get Striking Distance for $1. Mm-hmm. In Pittsburgh, you pay good $30 for Striking Distance.
Yep.
Everybody in Pittsburgh has a copy of Striking Distance on VHS that they taped off HBO.
That's something that you just keep.
It's like they got a tape of that, and then they have a tape of the time Marriott Chisholm interviewed him whenever they were in a traffic accident.
Who did?
That's like everybody in Pittsburgh has VHS tapes of the time they were on the news.
Oh.
My all-time favorite Pittsburgh news story, besides my favorite times of the year every year when some kid overdoses at CMU. The first kid to overdoses at CMU, that's a cause for a party. 2, someone every year thinks that they have fuel and freeze up, so they heat the gas up on the stove and die. Those are my 2 favorite Pittsburgh things that happen every year. But my favorite Pittsburgh story of all time, this is really going to put me in a bad light. Just hear me out.
Okay.
So a baby fell out of a window above D's.
And this is the future father of my child.
No,
the baby fell out of a window.
Lived.
It's real funny.
The baby lived.
What did it bounce?
It bounced off a thing and it landed, and someone found it.
Maybe it landed in my purse.
But anyway,
I put it back
so
the trunk.
The apartment's above D's. I can't believe you never lived there. Well, you lived at D's.
Yeah, outside of me, yeah.
But anyway, the baby, they interviewed somebody from D's come outside, and it was like a day drinker at D's.
Oh, no.
And he was like, yeah, we're just looking out the window. We saw a baby flying down.
How old was it? Like a newborn or like
it was like a 2-month-old baby. Yeah. He's like, it's a good thing that baby is so young because that baby didn't know to be afraid. it just went limp. That's probably why that baby lived. And I was like, that dude taped that, and he has it on tape. Noah and
he drinks every time he sees it.
When Noah used to work downtown, every time he would see Channel 11 doing Man on the Street stuff, he would run to it and try to say the dumbest stuff to see if he would get on the air.
Yeah.
He got on the air several times.
Who, Noah?
Yeah.
What does he say?
They said, what do you think the biggest problem in Pittsburgh is? And he goes, that HIV lane keeps closing.
Oh, God.
So, one time.
Were you ever Man on the Street?
I was on public radio once.
What did you talk about?
Well, one time there was a big water main break. Not the one that happened the one time a couple years ago, but years before that. This is like maybe 8 or 9 years ago. There's a huge water main break right above our house. And it probably put thousands of gallons of water. It went over the hill, down the driveway, and then it came out through the driveway halfway down the hill. So it didn't really hit our area, and it flooded every house beneath, like all the houses at the bottom of the plan. And it was, we were without water for like 3 days or so. And they came out and they were interviewing people, and they said, "Sir, can we interview you about your hardships this morning?" And I was like, "Yeah, we didn't get to take showers or anything. The water's out." And they were telling us about how the water broke, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, it was really strange." And I have cats, so I didn't have any water to feed them, so I just gave them Perrier. And they're like, "Sir, can we get a quote from you on the air?" And they're like, "Sure." And the story was like, this man was so worried about his cats that he gave them a fancy morning. and then cut to me, it's like, "Yeah, I gave Perrier because I didn't have any other water, but they seemed to like it." And I'm sure there's someone in Pittsburgh goes, "Did you hear that faggot on the radio?"
Giving them cats the Perrier.
Giving them cats the Perrier? Mm-hmm. Them cats don't want none Perrier.
That West Mifflin man.
That West Mifflin man.
He must be on the crime watch.
That China man from West Mifflin. So, yeah, I was on the radio that one time. I got to talk about giving my cats Perrier because it was a rough morning, but a fun time for some cats in West Mifflin.
That's why Norris is entitled.
Cut the Norris.
Mother, where's my Perrier?
Hugging a bottle of Perrier.
Do we only get it in natural disasters? That's why all of our animals are entitled.
That's actually the reason why I said faggot in that is because in Heathers, whenever they kill the football players, the proof of them being gay is they put a Perrier bottle in their hands after they killed them.
Oh.
And that's when the guy gets up at the funeral and says, "I want my dead gay son! I want my dead gay son!" It was a different time in the 80s, baby.
I know. I was littles.
You were...
Sparkles.
So Taylor Lautner doesn't walk right. He doesn't
look right.
He does really good parkour, though. That scene where he comes running and he jumps through the stuff, my wife said, and I quote, "Ooh, look at him go."
Look at him go.
And she sounded a little too excited about it.
No, I was shocked that he could do that.
Give me, what would be a better title for this movie than Abducted? Because nobody was abducted in it. What would you call it? The Bored Identity?
That was, yes, the one you mentioned. What was...
Abductor?
What's that thing called? Adam's Law or something?
Code Adam.
Yeah. Code.
Code Lautner.
Code shit.
Double Agent WTF.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver slums it.
Instead of 007. 00 no.
If you ran into Sigourney Weaver in Pittsburgh,
I would say quit making shit movies.
How many people in this movie do you think Deke and Sloss stalked?
All of them, and I feel bad for every one of them.
Do you think that they were, hey, Alfred Molina, come here. He's an asshole. Alfred Molina was a complete asshole.
They just wanted to have a permane sandwich and see what all the Pittsburgh hype is about. But no, they got Jim Sloss and Deke at their table.
My favorite thing is about those guys is if the interaction that they had with these people was that they were the least bit shitty or dismissive. You know
How would you be if you got two?
Do you know who's a fucking asshole? Alfred Molina. Alfred Molina said, "Hey, can you guys leave me alone? Stop following me for 3 hours." Who the fuck is he? Who the fuck is he? He was fucking doggone. Now I think he's too big for me? Yeah. Well, that's the end of another podcast. Oh, during this podcast, we should talk about the beer we drank so we get free beer.
Green Flash.
Yes.
Passion fruit kick.
And I have the Soul Style Tropical IPA.
That's wonderful.
And if you work for Green Flash or you know someone that does, and they might
wants to give us some.
I think this is my favorite beer.
Yeah,
I said
luscious and tart.
Oh, it's kind of a sour. Mm-hmm. We had a Hell or High Watermelon earlier, but this is what we're drinking now. What's your BTUs?
BTUs?
Yeah, it's about the amount of hops that's in it. They don't list it. Sometimes they say it on the label. That's how you can tell a hoppy. They're kind of a smokier beer.
No, it just is 5.5.
Let me tell you something about craft beer and us. When you listen to our podcast, and this is the last thing, then I'll close the podcast, I promise. My wife wants a cigarette really bad. Also, she has a headband on, so she looks like she just got off the day working in the steel mill.
I do. That's what I did all day.
So whenever you hear us talk about these beers, we're not drinking these beers because we're fancy.
Oh, far from it.
Far from it. We're drinking these beers because one bottle has the equivalent alcohol of 3 or 4 Pabst.
Exactly.
And they taste good. We like fruits. But it's not like we're like... I went to a beer tasting last week for work. And it was nice. People did a nice job. And it was cute. But everybody was talking about... Let's talk about how the beer makes you feel. And one of my comments...
Made me feel good.
One of my comments was, if I drank 3 of these, I'd be fucked up. And they're like, that's not why we drink the beer, Sam. Please spit out the rest of your beer into the cup.
Pop this.
Pop this stars Taylor Lautner
Yeah.
as a kid who's sick of craft beer. Do you think... I just don't like him.
He looks like plastic. He looks like Ken of Barbie and Ken.
Well, that's another episode. My wife has left, so we can't do the catchphrase.
I'm here, so.
Okay. So, do you have anything you want to plug?
My husband.
The dishwasher hasn't been installed yet.
I know. Wait till it is. All those plugs are going to come out.
This
They're
is...
all going to get you at once.
This is Sam.
And this is Becca.
And we'll see you
At...
the...